Good morning. It is 9 a.m. on Monday. It is the 23rd of December, my birthday. So all day I'm going to be all like, woohoo, my birthday. I don't know why I get so excited about it. It doesn't get celebrated. It's too close to Christmas. It's not that everybody completely forgets it. It's just nobody has time for it. And I'm not trying to be all like, woe is me. I've had a lifetime of this. It is just the way it is. So I do little things for myself throughout the day that just make me feel a little bit more special, or like I'm getting a little bit of a treat. And yeah, that's sort of how I do my birthday. Also, usually because it's so close to Christmas, I get to be home for my birthday, so I get to be with my family, but not this year. So definitely focusing on the little daily treats that I'm going to give myself, not all food related, by the way, but just to sort of make my day feel a bit more special, or at least different than an average day. Having said that, I do have to work today, so 8 hours of this day will be very average. But I am taking my full, legally entitled 30-minute break today, which I don't normally do, to have a more impressive breakfast. So I bought croissants. I love croissants, but they are kind of pricey and calorie-wise not so great, or Weight Watcher-wise not so great. But who cares? It's holiday season. So I have a croissant, and I've made a croissant sandwich, a breakfast sandwich. There's a 1-egg omelet in there that has dill in it. And then there's also some cheese inside the omelet that got super melty. I usually do a 2-egg omelet, but I thought I would try one because the 2-egg omelets never really fit well in the croissant. And the 1-egg omelet I've learned is really flimsy, but it does fit a lot better. So we'll see if this is a permanent change. And then I also, to kind of up the game and make it more like the croissant breakfast sandwiches my mom used to make me, there's 3 slices of deli turkey that I did pop into the frying pan for just not even a minute after the omelet was done to kind of warm it up. So everything inside the croissant is nice and warm and gooey and toasty and melty and deliciousness. And then that combined with like the crunch and the flakiness of the croissant makes an absolutely beautiful breakfast sandwich, in my oh so humble opinion. So I'm having this for my breakfast. I also have a cup of tea with a splash of milk in it. And yeah, that's my breakfast so far. It is 6:30 on Monday, the day of my birth. Yes, I'm still saying it, and I'm not even going to apologize for it. I did not want to cook dinner on my birthday, so I didn't. I ordered in from my absolute favorite sushi place. It's called Hero Sushi. Oh goodness. It's on the corner of Boundary and Hastings. If you're in like the Burnaby area, it's kind of big. It doesn't look impressive, but they have really good sushi for very affordable prices. I highly recommend. Anyways, I got the tofu teriyaki and a yam roll. Normally when I get a tofu teriyaki, I get it just as like a standalone thing. It's delicious, it's a big portion, but I really also wanted like a roll, but I don't know. I didn't know what I was feeling. I just knew that I wanted to have sushi, and I can't make sushi. That would be crazy. So tofu teriyaki. Underneath of the 3 pieces of tofu is a whole big lovely mixture of vegetables. I know it doesn't look impressive, but the rest of it is in that container. I just took out half of it because I also have a yam roll, and I know a yam roll is not real sushi, but I was just kind of feeling having a yam roll. So I decided that half of the tofu teriyaki and the yam roll for tonight, and then the rest of the tofu teriyaki I will have tomorrow warmed up. It does also come, let me show you, with a thing of rice right there. Now the rice is fine, it's great. Rice is always good. It goes really well with the sauce and everything, but I actually really like to have rice heated up and then put like 1 or 2 fried eggs over top with some Kewpie mayo, maybe some melted cheese, and kind of do that. So I thought I would save the rice and make myself a slightly, not fancier, but more impressive breakfast for tomorrow than my usual oatmeal. I don't know, I'm kind of on a run with it. I say that because I had 1 croissant today, but I enjoyed that, and I thought, why not extend out the fancier workday breakfasts to include tomorrow. So I'm saving the rest for tomorrow. I do have the lid off though, so that it can continue cooling down, and it's just sort of for the condensation. I read that somewhere, when you have something warm, keep the lid a little bit offset as it cools down so the condensation doesn't just soak completely into the food. I don't think it really matters in the case of rice. It's just habit though at this point. But here's a close-up of the yam rolls and the tofu teriyaki, which is the real winner of tonight's dinner. Looks absolutely delicious. Cannot wait to eat that. And once I have finished that, I'm going to make some more frosting. I still have the turntable over there on the corner. If you watch the it's like a bake with me video, I haven't decided on the title yet. I'm baking and decorating my own birthday cake, so it'll have something in there about a chocolate cake or a birthday cake or something in the title whenever that goes up. I mean, I haven't even finished decorating it yet, but anyways, the point is that the turntable is still out and my area is very cluttered because I still need to finish frosting the cake, and then I plan on eating some of it tonight, so I need to definitely leave space in the tummy for that. But every bite of that tofu teriyaki is going to be enjoyed and savored. Good morning, happy Christmas Eve. It is 8:10 on Tuesday and I'm about to have some breakfast. It is veering from my regular oatmeal again, I know. So yesterday I gave myself a treat because it was my birthday breakfast, and today I gave myself a treat because it's Christmas Eve. It is a very dangerous time of year. So I bought yesterday for dinner tofu teriyaki, and it comes with rice, and I saved the rice because I really like to cook egg and put some cheese and then eggs where the yolk will be running once I break into them on top of rice and eat that. I don't know why, it's just a thing I enjoy. So I saved the rice to do just that. So I want to say it's maybe a cup of white sticky rice underneath. I'm not exactly sure. I just used the entire quantity that they gave me. And I heated that up in the microwave, put a cheese slice on top, cooked 2 eggs, put some like spicy seasoning on top of the eggs, plopped them on top of the cheese to help the cheese along with the melting, and then did my drizzle of Kewpie mayo. I also have a cup of tea with a splash of milk in it, so this will be my Christmas Eve breakfast. It is 3 o'clock on Tuesday. Happy Christmas Eve. The workday is over. I am acknowledging I am a very lucky human that I have Christmas Day and Boxing Day off as paid statutory holidays. So, it's just the beginning of a couple vacation days that I didn't even have to book. It's so lovely. Anyways, not to be bragging about that. I'm sorry if you have to work and you really don't want to be. I've been there before with other jobs. I know how it feels. I have leftovers from my birthday dinner last night. So I had the tofu teriyaki and the sushi roll last night. I ate all the sushi rolls, but I only did half the order of the tofu teriyaki. So this is the other half of it. I know it doesn't look impressive in the bowl as leftovers, but that's solely on me and how I plated it and warmed it up. Don't blame the tofu teriyaki. It's not its fault, it's mine. So buried in there underneath the tofu, you can't really see it, is a mixture of vegetables. There's bean sprouts, zucchini, carrot, onion, and cabbage. And then on top is 3 large pieces of tofu with the teriyaki sauce and a couple more vegetables that kind of ended up on top instead of underneath them. And then I'm pairing with it 2 pieces of the sourdough bread from Superstore with some marge on it. That's mostly just because I feel like eating some of the bread. So that was the entire decision-making process was, I wouldn't mind some of that bread. I'm gonna put it with dinner. Yeah, and I also have a cup of tea with a splash of milk in it. So this will be dinner, and later on I will be doing the beginning stages of making sherry trifle. I'm taking it to my friend's place tomorrow. This kitchen has not had so much stuff being made in it day after day after day, I feel, all year. My poor kitchen is becoming more and more terrorized by me the farther into the holiday season we get. Good morning and Merry Christmas. It's 11:30 on Wednesday and I'm about to have my Christmas splurge breakfast. It is the same thing that I had for my birthday breakfast, mostly just because I really like them and I associate croissant sandwiches with this time of the year for some reason. So it is a croissant with a 1 egg omelet that has dill and pepper flakes in there to make it a little bit spicy, 3 slices of turkey deli meat, and then some cheese to make it all melty and gooey and lovely. I cooked it a little bit different this time. Usually I make the omelet with with the cheese inside, and then I just sort of warm up the meat in the pan afterwards and kind of layer everything. But this time I put the meat and the cheese inside the omelet before I folded it when it was in the pan. I don't know that it'll make any kind of a difference. I just thought it might be a little bit tidier when I'm eating it. So this will be my breakfast for the day. It's kind of weird because usually Christmas Day I have cinnamon buns for breakfast, but this will be lovely as well. Oh, and I also have a cup of tea that I'm going to put some milk in. Good morning, or sorry, good afternoon. It is 3 in the afternoon on Thursday. It's Boxing Day, and this is the first thing that I'm going to be eating. In my defense, I went to bed at 4 a.m. So I slept in. I didn't mean to sleep in like the whole day, but I got woken up kind of middle of my REM cycle by the cat being sick. So then after that was taken care of, he and I went back to bed to cuddle, because who doesn't like to be cuddled after you've been sick? And then we just sort of kept like on and off, waking up and then just snuggling back in and falling back asleep. It was lovely. But now I'm a little bit like dazed almost, because I think I was in bed too long. And I had all these things that I want to do today. I don't know realistically how many of them I'll get done, but I'm definitely not starting the day with like a big oomph of like energy and let's go. Instead, I'm starting it with like maybe we'll curl up on the couch with a cup of tea and just ease our way quietly into Boxing Day. So that's my strategy. I have a cup of tea with some milk in it. I haven't stirred it yet, that's why it looks kind of odd. And then I have 2 pieces of sourdough bread, one with Marge and light Kraft peanut butter. I'm going to sit, I'm going to enjoy these quietly. The cat's probably gonna come and we will cuddle again. And then I will figure out from like the ridiculously long list of things that I wrote up for today, which ones I'm actually gonna do. It is 7:20 in the evening on Thursday. It is Boxing Day, and I'm having leftover Christmas dinner for my dinner tonight. My friend who I went over for Christmas dinner to yesterday, it's a very awkward way of saying that. I went over to a friend's place for Christmas yesterday, and she made Christmas dinner. And she sent me home with leftovers. And look at this. It is delicious. It was amazing the first night when I had it yesterday. I'm sure it's going to be just as good. She roasted the vegetables. There's Brussels sprouts, carrot, turnip, onion, garlic maybe. I'm not sure all the vegetables in there, but they were roasted beautifully. The turkey was moist and amazing. The only thing I don't have is gravy, but I do have cranberry sauce, and that is great. She did homemade stuffing. Like, she made the cubed bread herself. Well, she didn't make the bread, as she pointed out, but she bought bread and then cut it up and then turned it into bread cubes, crumbs. I don't know how to make stuffing, but she knows how to make stuffing. And she put pecans in it and cranberries and celery and other things. And then, of course, Yorkshire pudding. This one will be, okay, I'm not going to lie, a smidge soggy because it was in with all the other stuff, but I don't care. Yorkshire puddings are always good. And there's also a dinner bun that got squished completely flat in the container. It's hilarious, but I'm going to eat it. It's just I didn't put it on the plate because it ruins the visual. So this is my dinner. I'm actually getting a little bit kind of like fooded out. I think it's been a lot of days of a lot of rich foods, larger portions, lots of sweets. My system is like, oh my God, just stop, please stop. So tomorrow we need to get a little bit back to normal eating, I think, because my body's just like, I don't know. Now I say this, and I did bring home some leftover sherry trifle from dessert last night, and I will eat that before I stop eating all the sweets and stuff, because that will not go to waste. I don't know if I'm going to eat it tonight. I might save it and eat it tomorrow. I'm really not sure, but that will definitely get eaten. But this is my absolutely lovely dinner provided by my friend, who I am extremely grateful for. Don't mind that. I spilled some on the counter, but just look at the plate. Good morning. It is 8:30 in the morning on Friday, in the beginning of the week that time forgot. I lose all track of everything in between Christmas and Boxing Day and then New Year's, and it feels so incredibly wrong to have to work today when I have been off for 2 days, and then tomorrow is the beginning of the weekend. Like, who came up with this system? Having said all that and being all ranty, I will now move past it and show you what I'm having for breakfast. It is a work day, but I decided to continue with a little trend I started on my birthday and make something more than oatmeal. So I have 2 pieces of the sourdough bread that I have toasted with some cheese, a little bit of Calorie Wise Kraft Miracle Whip on there, and then each of them has a runny yolk egg with what seasoning? I put salt, pepper, and then like spicy stuff from Trader Joe's. I can't remember the name of it right now, and the container is already back in the pantry. So this will be my breakfast. I also have a cup of tea with a splash of milk. I'm gonna go back and sit and eat and work and hope 2 o'clock comes quickly. It's 4:09 in the afternoon on Friday. It is the beginning of the weekend. It feels weird because working one day after having 2 days off and then now having another 2 days off, it's a weird day. So I made tacos, and I know right now they don't look very good because they're soft-sided and I put too much stuff so I can't roll them very well. And of course, since they're soft-sided, they don't stay upright. But I'm very excited about this because I cooked and I made tacos. Now, I know after having made them, turns out they're not that hard, but still it was a learning experience for me. So I do have a bunch of the meat left over. I added some mixed vegetables in there when I was cooking up the meat and adding in the sauce package and everything, because I seem incapable of not adding vegetables into things. So I wanted to add veggies in there just to make sure I got at least something approaching my veggie content, because even though I'm topping them with tomato and onion and celery, I didn't think it would be enough. And I also didn't really know how big these would be, so I thought 3 tortillas seemed like a good number. And I'm gonna be very full, I think, because there's quite a lot in them. So it's the ground beef with the veg mixture. I have sour cream. I put the sour cream on first instead of like dollops on the top the way you normally do, because I want sour cream in every bite. So yes, the sour cream, and then there's lettuce, cheese, the meat mixture, green onions, and I had baby tomatoes, and so I just cleaned them and then cut them up into smaller pieces and put them on. So I'm trying to make them look like a taco. That kind of looks like a taco, right? Anyways, this is my dinner. I'm very excited about it. It was something I wanted to do over the holidays, and even though I worked today, it feels like it was a holiday in a way, so it counts for me for timing. I also have a cup of tea I'm gonna add some milk to, and this will be my dinner. It is 5:44 in the evening on Friday. I got up to make tea, and I've ended up with tea and a bowl of leftover sherry trifle. Oh, the hardship. I really wasn't gonna go and get anything else to eat. I'm a very out of sight, out of mind person, and so purposely yesterday when I was organizing my pantry and starting the process of deep cleaning my kitchen for like end of year cleaning, all my like treats and sort of nibblies and extras and stuff that are pantry safe, of course, got hidden in the back of the pantry, so that when I open it, I don't immediately see them and think, ooh, I could do with the chocolate. I see the vegetables instead. And I'm usually the same with the fridge, and my fridge is usually stocked with relatively healthy items. However, it's Christmas time and I bought a lot of extra stuff, and my fridge became chaos because I made a large trifle and the bowl was huge, and so I had to move everything off of one entire half of a top shelf to fit the trifle bowl. So I opened it to get the milk and I was all, oh yeah, I have leftover trifle. Like, you couldn't miss it if you were blind that there was the trifle in there. And so my brain instantly went to like, you should have trifle. So now I'm having trifle. There's still more in the fridge, but I finally got it down to a small enough portion that I could take it out of the large trifle bowl and put it into a small Tupperware container and put that in the fridge. So tomorrow I'm going to reorganize my fridge and make it tidy again. And I know that makes me sound incredibly lame, but a tidy fridge makes me very happy. Makes me feel a little bit more organized when in general I don't feel organized. So I have some cherry trifle that I made personally. Most of the layers on Christmas Eve, and then the whipping cream Christmas Day, and then a cup of tea with a splash of milk. It is almost 3 in the afternoon on Sunday, and I'm about to have some tea and toast. So I've turned it into peanut butter and jelly toast. It's got Kraft Light Smooth peanut butter and raspberry jam. Raspberry jam is my favorite on the toast, and then a cup of tea with a splash of milk. It is 6:12 in the evening on Sunday, and I'm about to have dinner. Now, I know this is going to sound incredibly ungrateful because I have an absolutely amazing meal in front of me, but this is not at all what I want to be eating, but I really have to eat the shrimp, so I had to figure out something with the shrimp. There's nothing wrong with this meal. I'm just a little bit chilly and really wanted something hot. I couldn't figure out something hot to make that I could incorporate the shrimp into, so I'm eating the salad, which I also had to eat because it has a best before date of the 29th, so didn't want to waste the salad. The shrimp might be past their best date. I didn't know they were supposed to be frozen, so they've been in the fridge unopened, and they've not been going in and out of the fridge. They've just been living in the fridge since I purchased them, but I did purchase them before Christmas, and I thought that was fine. I thought they were fridge shrimp, and then my mom's like, no, shrimp rings are usually frozen and you have to bring them out and thaw them. I was like, nah, mine wasn't frozen when I bought it. It was in a little end cap thingy. It was like a fridge. Was it not a fridge? And then I thought back about it, and the other sections in the store that are not in the end cap but in like the long versions of the end cap are freezer foods. So then I flipped the package, the shrimp ring upside down, and it was all keep frozen until needed and thaw out and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, uh-oh. So I don't know if the shrimp is okay to eat or not, but it cost me $7. So I want to at least eat some of it. So roughly half the shrimp ring is in that little bowl. I've eaten 3 as like to test them. But here's the problem. I have long COVID. I can't taste. I also can't smell. So I have no actual idea if those shrimp are okay or not. So when I talk about like, ooh, something is going to be so delicious, it's because I'm imagining that it's delicious because it's something I had when I could taste, and so I kind of remember, although I'm kind of losing the memory of how most things taste now, or it's a texture thing. I use the same words that people use when talking about flavor to talk about food, but I'm thinking about the texture because I'm all about things that are crunchy or creamy or just texture. I'm very texture based now. So I ate a couple of the shrimp and the texture was fine, but I honestly have no idea if the flavor is off or the smell is off, and I don't have anybody who can sniff them for me. So I don't know. I'm taking my life in my hands right now. Could be very, very sick later. Could be disastrous because this is not a meal you want to see again. But having said all that, I'm gonna give it a try. I have a great salad, one that I do kind of remember the taste of. It's a Mexican style street corn salad. It's this bag here, the President's Choice brand. So it has, wait, I need to bring it in front of my face, sorry. Cotija crumble, smoked paprika croutons, and freeze-dried corn. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the name of that cheese. So this is the salad. I added to it some baby tomatoes, clearly, and I kind of pour half the salad mix out, add some of the toppings, mix it all up, to the rest of the salad, add toppings, mix it all up to try to get like everything kind of incorporated throughout every bite, and then just the tomatoes on top. I have my last 2 pieces of sourdough bread. They are like the end pieces from the loaf, both of them, so they're not really like full pieces, this one especially, but I just thought in case something really strikes me as off about the shrimp, have a backup food. And then I have the shrimp with some of the cocktail sauce, and the rest of it is in the fridge. And I guess I'm just gonna see how I do and how I feel after eating these, and if I'm okay, then I will finish off the shrimp tomorrow, because I know my mom was like, you need to eat all of that shrimp right away, because we were talking yesterday, so she meant today. I cannot eat an entire shrimp ring in one day. My stomach cannot do that. It just can't. So I'm gonna eat this, cross my fingers, and really figure out something I can do with the shrimp tomorrow, but I think it'll have to be a hot dish so I can kind of cook them to make them a little bit safer. I just don't know what I will cook and then put them in. So thinking on that.